Hello and welcome to a series that was sort of not really planned, but I stumbled upon this game this weekend and really thought I had to do a series on it, and for the main reason, there's no series on this. I wanted to watch a series of somebody play through this mod, and there isn't one. So, anyway, to explain what this is the game Hearts of Iron 4, which is a World War II strategy game made by Paradox. And I was browsing the Steam Workshop, literally just typed in Pony, and this came up, and I'm like, oh sweet, Pony mod. Maybe it'll be like the one for Stellaris, where it just sort of like changes it to you just change all the profile pictures to ponies. Well, I was a bit surprised. They've introduced a whole new campaign. I'm going to read this one out loud, and then I'm going to just skip all of the next ones. Anyway, a new era has dawned. Fear and uncertainty spreads amongst ponies as the world around them changes rapidly in front of their very eyes. Equestrian leadership is concerned about their neighbors, Stalliongrad and changelings alike. While the communists and Stalliongrad rapidly increase, Queen Chrysalis has managed to centralize her realm around her. Equestria, while concerned about these developments, faces plenty of internal conflicts and problems. A storm is brewing in Equestria, one that friendship alone might not be able to tame. Okay, so basically this is right after, as far as I can know, like right around the time of Season 7, I think, because it's year 7, I think. Because Season 1, no, this would be Season 8. I'm gonna go with Season 7, because this one has Old Chrysalis in it. Anyway, I select this, and just... Who? I want to know the name of the artist, because these portraits are gorgeous! I mean... on the playthrough that I've been doing, just on my own, I picked Cadence purely for this profile picture, because, wow! The artist is phenomenal. Anyway, I don't know who... Well, no, I do. So, my options were between Equestria, who I didn't really want to do, but I'm ending up probably going to be playing as Equestria, because I want to try something interesting. Anyway, and I'll go over... You can pause and read over these. So we've got Equestria, who's sort of like the main... has the most interesting focus tree. And I'll explain what that is once I get into it. Basically, they're like... Well, in the main game, it's sort of like technology and how you do stuff, and this, it's storytelling. And it's really well done. Anyway, so you've got Equestria, which is the most finished. You have the Crystal Empire, which you could do some really interesting stuff with. You can either decide to bring back Sombra or not, hoping the AI goes for not, because I don't really want to have to fight Sombra, and I kind of want to protect beautiful Cadence here. Then Stalliongrad, I don't know much about them. Read over that if you want to figure that out. Basically, they're sort of not being the best of friends with us right now, I think. Changelings, my biggest fear. I had a quick peek as them because I wanted to see what their tree was like, and it's mostly the German tree, so they're essentially the Nazis. Deer? No idea. I actually don't know anything about them. If this is in the most recent season, not a clue. I haven't watched the show recently at all. Griffins, I'm scared of them because they did something really bad at the beginning of one of the of my personal playthrough. They took over like another large chunk of land. That was really scary. And then the Yaks. And then the other countries are as follows. You have the... What are these? The Griffin Frontier, so we've got the smaller section of Griffins. And then the Equality Country, which I think, judging by... Well, my mind was just blown. Crap, I've got to figure this out soon, because now this is bugging me that it's not centered. Anyway, judging by the fact that it's just that, I'm assuming they're a filler country. I know this mod isn't done, but Modders, if you watch this, you've done an amazing job. Anyway, let us carry on. I'm going to be playing as Equestria because, you'll see in a second, they seem to be like, well, it's going to be interesting because here's what is going to happen. Equestria currently, as far as I could tell, holds the most land. Now you'd think, with holding the most land, you'd have the most pony power. Normally called manpower, they call it pony power. I freaking love it. Equestria isn't militarized. Like, you think I'm kidding. But Equestria isn't militarized. Load faster so I can show them. Come on. Come on. Anyway. Alright, there we go. Pause game. Alright, I will explain how all of this is. But 208. That's not million. That's not thousand. That's 208. Germany starts with 1.3 million. I have 208. We are in for one heck of a trial. And that's sort of why I picked Equestria, because the Crystal Empire is our puppet. We own them. Problem with the Crystal Empire, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 countries bordering us. Well, no, not bordering us, bordering them. They're not even set up yet. You know how new the Crystal Empire is. They did it in this mod too. They're not set up. They have like, what is it, 3 and 3? They have 6 forces. 6! 9. That's that one up there. They're not set up yet, which means I need to go in there and help them. I'm probably going to be putting a heavy border on the Changeling lands, and like a little bit of a border here and a little bit of a border here. They're not too mad at me yet. At least I don't think. Everybody's pretty neutral. Oh. Okay, well maybe they hate me. Actually, Stalingrad hates me a lot more than the Changelings do. So, we'll be putting a bit more of a border on there, I think. Alright, let me go over how this game works. This is our country tab. And you could skip ahead a bit to when my explanation is over with if you already know how the game plays. I'm going to just do a brief summary so you actually know what's going on. This is us. This is the laws and rules of our country. I'll be managing these as we go. These are stuff that happens, and I should probably be worrying about them, but it's like, I don't really need to care about them. We hate war, is I'm assuming what all this means. Yeah, military down, factory output down. Yeah, we're not warring. Anyway, national focus. Now this, when I saw somebody pull this up, because I watched a quick little video of how everything was. When I saw this pulled up, this was the moment when I was like, I have to do Equestria because they control how the game goes. Honestly, this is incredible. I haven't quite figured out, well, I've got a few ideas of how I want to do this. If I were to say if I preferred Celestia over Luna, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. I'm a Celestia follower. I think Celestia is the better. I like Luna, but I also like Celestia a bit more. But we can change that. We can bring back Nightmare Moon. I'm not going to do this yet, because it requires a special pop-up, which I'm going to hate agreeing to. But I think I'm going to go for this, because I want to see something interesting happen. Now, before I go over any more, I'm not the best Hearts of Iron player. I literally just got this game this weekend, and I started playing it. I have dumped, however, 11 hours into it, so I'm pretty far along, but there's improvements to be made, so I'll keep going over it. So that is national focus. we are probably going to, because I'm worrying about them, I'll do the friendship games. Friendship games is a good one to start off with because it gives us nationality and people like us a bit more. Friendship games, good way to start off with. Then we have research up here. Oh, maybe I should go over things at the top first. Alright, I'll go over things at the top. Nationality, this percentage is just how much of our country agrees with us. Political power, this is how much we can do, like, orders and stuff. So that's like changing these stuff. And the diplomacy thing, which is this, which you can click on a faction and do like a whole bunch of stuff like improve relations or declare war or stage a coup, which is really fun. We did that on France earlier. That was fun. Then you have your pony power. Now, as far as I can tell, this is not your citizens. There aren't like just 208 ponies left in Equestria. That's just how many are willing to sign up to enlist in the military. And those are our factories, which I'll go over into a minute. I haven't figured out what all of these three do yet. I know it's experience. And I know that these are used to like change stuff, but I haven't quite figured them out yet. This one is convoys. That's trading convoys, because in one of these later tabs is supplies. All right. So research tab. You go here, and there are all these tabs up at the top. I know it's a complicated game. Just hang in there. It makes sense once you figure it all out. So we have the infantry section, naval section, air section, engineering section, and for this mod, they've added a magic section. Oh my word. I am so excited to get into some of this because, like, first of all, we get Pegasi units. We get unicorn units. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, like, we get to control weather. It's going to be cool. Anyway, first thing I like to do is, basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to be caring too much about what I'm researching. The more thing to notice is when I'm researching. Up here are the years that you're supposed to have this technology by. Obviously, Equestria, not a warring civilization. They're behind on weapons. So I'm going to research that. So there's that. I also like to get some tanks operational, because I at least want... Now, never mind. I like tanks, but at the same time, engineering is one that really helps a lot, because the next thing is radios, which allows you to do radar. Yeah, so this allows radar things, and you can get a bit more done. This one is necessary. I cannot stress how necessary this one is. It's going to take a full year to complete, but we need it done. This is oil and rubber, which are two of the main components. Hoping I'm explaining this. Basically, engineering parts, yeah, see it says research time down, going to be very useful. Support weapons, it's guns. All I know is click guns, do thing. And I also know that we're not doing very well because we're a peaceful nation. We shouldn't be doing this. But we are. So there's that. Diplomacy. I've already went through. Trade. Basically, all you have to know is when I click into this tab, I'm going to be looking at these numbers up here. And if one of these drops into the red, I look down here, see who has the most of these numbers, and I will just click this button and grab more of them. Currently, we're Equestria. We're sitting on quite a lot of resources, so we're not going to be dealing with that too much. Construction. This is buildings. So we are probably going to be building, first of all, some more military factories, because, again, Equestria is not ready for war, and really should not be doing this. But we're going to build 4 of those just to keep my factories going while we're away. That's construction. Then production. I'm going to explain this one again. I explained it on stream, but I'm going to explain it again because it's still slightly confusing. These here are not the things that you're making, except for planes. Planes are planes. But these are not the things... These are the parts. So we have, like... Well, these are guns. And that is for support stuff. But there will be like a tank that I can put down here. It won't be a tank. It's tank parts. And what you have to do is you have to go to here and click and like create a tank division. And with the tank division, you can say, I want this many tanks, and it will start making tanks. So you build the parts here, you deploy them here. Bit confusing, you'll get the hang of it. And obviously we're not going to be able to do much now. Also, this song is amazing. It's about Equestria going to war, and it was... I need their playlist. Yeah. I need to find this song. Hold on, I'm just gonna listen to this song for just a second longer. Okay, we're good. I should probably turn the music off, but like... it's so good. Alright, and then the logistics screen is just what we're spending stuff on. Okay? Now you're all caught up to date? Good. I don't know what you've done. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna build some ships while the song goes. Enjoy. Okay, that song is going to go on for a while. If you want it, then just go and download this mod if you have this game, because seriously, this is awesome. Okay, what I'm going to be doing now is assembling my armies. And I'm just going to be doing that. So basically, I'm just going to be clicking, dragging, grabbing soldiers, and putting them on borders. Enjoy the song a bit more. This song, it all right, so hopefully I can get back to explaining what I'm doing. Okay, so I've tried to do my commandering. You're singing your amazing song. I like it a lot, but time needs to commence. Yay, happy Heartswarming Eve. Alright. No divisions of basic training. Well, if you haven't noticed, we have no pony power. Like... we don't have much. What was the thing that got made? Doesn't really matter. Okay, since that song is done, I can continue. So what I've done is I've set up borders along Stalingrad and the Changing Lands. I know I should probably be worrying about these guys, but as far as I know, they're not that angry with me yet. I mean, they're a bit, but I mean, everybody starts out -10. They're not, like, really angry at me yet. So I can leave them be, I can leave them be. I think I can even leave the Griffins be. Yeah, so they only have -10 towards us, and we're -10 towards them. So I can leave those be for right now, and I'll let the Crystal Empire sort them out. I'm just worried about Stalingrad and the changelings. Also, the Crystal Empire gets Shining Armor as one of its generals. Absolutely amazing. So what I did was I clicked and I selected and put them all into armies. Oh my word, you have the Wonderbolts. Cool. So yeah, so these are the generals commanding my armies, so I can just click on them and issue orders. That's defense, that's attacking. These are all some other symbols that I never used, and that's delete orders. Okay, we all up to date? Alright, let time commence, because this is actually a little bit of a slower game, but it should be kind of fun. I probably should edit this down, but I don't know how to do that. Yet. I still don't have... Well, I know how. I just don't currently have a software that can do it. Yay! Pause. Alright, Friendship Games. The annual celebration of the Friendship Games in Crystal City have just come to a close, with Princess Celestia herself holding a moving speech about friendship and its importance for all pony kind. The games went ahead without any major problems, and ponies from all over Equestria, contenders and spectators alike, traveled to the Crystal Empire for the special occasion. Like every year, these games have helped ponies come together in friendship and tolerance, at least for the moment. We shall see whether this will have any major impact on pony politics in the near future. Cheers. Okay, so now that's done, we can do some other stuff. I've noticed that there's this buffalo thing. The buffalo are down here. Right here, the Buffalo Republic. I like them living there. It's nice, but you're sort of in my territory. So, I could do this. What does this give me? So, basically, I'm going to look at this. That gives me political power, which is what I used to make commands. This will give me the Buffalo problem, and this will get rid of them, probably, or they'll, like, join my thing. I'm still waiting for that thing to pop up, because I'm going to hate doing it, but it's going to be cool. This is if you want to support Stalingrad. I kind of don't. I don't agree with them. And this is fighting the changelings, which we'll do in a bit, so examine the situation is probably going to be something we're going to have to do pretty soon. We might want to start rushing this one, because in my last playthrough, they freaking obliterated Olenia. If I'm even saying that right. Olenia. We'll go with that one. Somebody's going to correct me in the comments and be like, you're saying it wrong! Like, yes, I realize. But, seriously though, they got annihilated by the changelings. So maybe we'll put off Buffalo for a minute and go status quo. Because this isn't a mutual thing. I thought this was... Because the other one, on the Crystal Empire, this is one of the other. There'll be like these arrows thing. Yeah, down here. You can only pick one or the other. Up here, you could do both. So this one is to protect Olenia. This one is to fight both Stalingrad and the changelings. Is there Stalingrad? Maybe. Yes, I know that I'm seeing mega spells down there. But, I might want to do this one. Yeah. This will get me 150, which I can change something, which I might want to up the manpower so I can start doing something, or pony power, sorry. But, I don't know. Increased presence in the Crystal Empire, but that's like... That's us giving them? Or, I think I'm going to go status quo for now, because if we can get down to somewhere around here... Oh, the stage of coup? I need to protect them because they got annihilated by the changelings if we don't do anything. I'm basing this all of like a tiny little amount of knowledge of what's actually going on. But... I'm gonna go with this one for now. Yes, I know, low manpower. The thing I'm currently working on will get me more political power so I can up my pony power. So that's what's currently going on. But yeah. Here's the changing lands. The Kingdom of Olenia. This got wiped out. Like, it just took a small amount of... Okay. Here's the one I'm not gonna like doing. With all the things that are going on in the world nowadays, Princess Celestia hardly spends her time with her sister Luna. Ponies don't see Luna on the meetings very often because she is sleeping during the day. Princess Luna wishes to have more attentions of her sister, as she is afraid of that the dark powers will take her over once again. I'm sorry, Luna, but I kind of want to see what happens when you're in charge. So we don't have time for that. We love you, but I want to see what happens. I should not have done that. I should not have done that. Alright. Sorry, Tia. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is not gonna go well. Alright, so basically we're now playing the waiting game of wait till this little red bar goes stop, something important has happened, and something will pop up along my list of like that. Alright, left rallies. Many big cities saw communist, socialist workers and sympathizers going on solidarity march through the major streets. This event is dedicated to the Labor Day celebration on the 1st of May. These ponies say that they share their solidarity with the oppressed working class creatures of the world. Let them be political power, or communist-focused path will be unlocked. Communist-focused path. I'm not going for communists. Let them be. I'm going for Luna, not communist. Status quo! Alright. Research thing. We're going to go for radio. We've got national focus. I'm going to go a few more turns. But is this unlocked now? Yes, it is. I thought these days were different. Ponies take to the streets at night under my stars, and they party in clubs dedicated to night. But it is not the night they love. They revel in debauchery and prey on the weak and innocent under my stars. Well, if they won't enjoy my night, then I will give them a right to fear it, for not even their dreams will be safe from the darkness. This one brings Nightmare Moon back. Now I'm wondering, because this will probably start the civil war between the Celestial Empire and the lunar whatever she decides to call it. The Lunar Empire, probably. And then there's stuff to stop the civil war and then unite it again? Yeah, the Lunar Empire. But, I wonder if I could take over as Luna. My only question is, if all of a sudden it's like, congratulations, you've lost, now just watch Luna play it out, then the series is going to have a quick and abrupt end, and I'll probably restart it with the Changelings or something. Because the Crystal Empire, as fun as they are to play, probably won't be that interesting because it's basically just going to be like, hey Equestria, come and help, because we're really underpowered. So I'm going to support Harmony here. What is this going to give us? Promotion of Harmony. Buffalo Republic. Sweet. Alright, modify government. Okay, so this was the thing I was talking about. I can now put into effect one of these things. We're not really doing that much on any of these, so I'm going to really go for materials. Or this. Cloudsdale, Industrial Research Time, Electronics. I'm going to go for this one, Industrial Research. Because what that will mean is in the Research tab, time I'm going to resume again, we've got this. So anything that's industrial, like this, it should speed it up a bit. So that should help quite a lot. Grand Galloping Gala. The annual ball is held at the Canterlot Castle tonight. Royal family, higher ranks of equestrian government, and friends are gathering at the event to enjoy the spring evening and discuss political issues. Fancy drinks and classical music will accompany it through the night. The ball was ended with splendid fireworks display. Equestria does not fail to support her traditions. To many ponies, this is an assurance of stability and prolonged peace in good old Equestria. Well, I'm about to unleash Luna on this, so maybe not. Okay, so this is one of the moments that scares me. Every time I sit back and look, I realize something. So these are the commanders of the armies down here at the bottom. Time may pass, but slower. These little bars down here, yeah, are the green is our forces, the red is their forces. Oh. Well, that's a ship. Never mind. Yeah, the enemy is currently stronger on both. Do not frick with the changelings or Stalingrad. They have a lot of pony power. Now, what I know you're supposed to do, you're supposed to go to here, and you're supposed to go to this, the volunteer only, and put it into something like limited conscription. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put it into limited conscription. I could do that, and I'm going to. It's not going to be fun, but with our current pony power, we're not going to be able to do anything. So I'm going to do this, and it's not going to be fun, but I've got to. Limited conscription. We now have a little bit of pony power. So I'm going to put some royal guards on standby, and I'm going to put them here in Canterlot. And I know you can have multiple at a time, but like, here, I'll add 3. So what this is these are the weapons that we have, and this is the training. So currently we have enough supplies for all of these, but we need to train them. So I'm actually going to do 4. Alright, so we've got 4 groups of royal guards being trained here in Camelot. So they should soon just pump out some new armies, and I'm going to go and reinforce Stalingrad because I'm really worried about what's happening over there. I needed to do this, and it makes me kind of sad to do it because I hate militarizing Equestria, but I've got to do it, otherwise we are going to get demolished. Also, we don't have any tanks at all, I don't think. Yeah, we have an armored tractor. As much as, like, that's a clever invention, we need some serious tanks here. So, like, we're going for the Ursa. Okay, hold on. We're going to start research on that. Crystal Empire wants to hold that. Political power minus 50. Okay. I'll be putting in negative political power for now because I need the Crystal Empire to do their Crystal Fair because that will power up their Crystal Heart, and I know that that actually does something more than just... That gives them something. I need to be able to give them something right now because they need all the defenses they can get. I don't remember what that does. I think it's a power source that unlocks better stuff for them. I can't remember exactly what the effect is, but I know it's good. So I'm going to leave it like that. Also, ignore the little like lag spikes. That's just the game ticking through its day-night cycle. Ah! Okay. Support harmony. Good. Celebration of Crystal Fair took place in the Crystal City today. Ponies from all around the Crystal Empire gathered to sell their homemade goods, foodstuffs, and drinks, to chat and have fun together. Equestrian and Crystal Empires officially paid their visit to the fair. Artists, actors, and Crystal Folk musicians have performed at the event, and it ended with the Crystal Fair anthem, sung by a crowd, and fireworks in the night sky. That does something else for them, that gains them something, which is good. So here's where I get to decide. Do I send this, which will help, I think... Yeah, that's for Yakistan. I can't... I'm not going to help them. Which is a mean thing to do, because they're right there. But the Changelings, I'd rather have them up here fighting with the Griffins than the Olenians, that allow them this much access to the ocean. Is basically, I don't want to fight an ocean war. Is because I don't really like building ships. They're slow, they take a lot of time and resources. I'd rather keep the Changelings. I know they've got a few ports, but I'd rather keep the Changelings enclosed on a land war. So I'm going to help out this. Because, yeah, Kingdom of Olenia exists. Exists? Yeah, they do exist currently, and current ruling party is not Harmony. It is well known the most, let me restart again. It is well known to most that the Olenian government is corrupt and brutal. If we wish to change this, we must save Queen Velvet from the fangs of her own government before it is too late. we're going to start that one, and we're going to start that one ticking now because I want to save them, and I've just realized that... Okay, so that's where weather... Yeah, this ticks through a day-night cycle. New Daring Do book. Yeah, so basically... Now I'll read it. Daring Do released a new book today, from what I have read. Apparently she used the rainbow-haired character once again. No spoilers. I really don't understand the sudden change of pace and introduction of unnecessary characters. If this goes on, sales will go even lower. I wonder if this is the end of Daring Do Adventure series. Cold Head reporter. That should be Cold Heart. Just freaking... No! This is not the end of the Daring Do series, because... Come on, who doesn't love Rainbow Dash? Some people. Good point. I mean, you know, you say something like, who doesn't, and then somebody's going to be like, well, I don't. And I'm like, okay, fine, you don't, so maybe you're the one that doesn't like this. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, we all know. Never mind, I'm going to just... It doesn't really matter. They're just trying to keep the world feeling like it's ticking along. Which I like them for doing, because in the other one, it would have stuff like Amelia Earhart goes missing, the Hindenburg catches on fire, and it has, like, you know, things that don't really have too much of an effect. Yeah, that one. They've declared war. That's why I kind of want them to go up here and deal with the Griffins. I mean, I could try and befriend the Griffins. I could. But these guys don't last long. They just get wiped out by the Griffins, and there's not much we can do about it. So we just have to sit back and watch them take the Griffins, or they have the Griffins take... What are these? Oh! They're also Griffins. Okay, so that's just them going to be uniting the Griffin lands. And there you go. Yeah, they annexed it. Yeah. Griffonia is now one country. So the Griffins are getting scary. Alright. We are going to provide diplomatic shelter to Queen Velvet of Olenia that has been expelled from the country by her bastard brother, King Jolin. I'm not even going to attempt that. Thus, we're going to protect her from possible assassination attempts and hope to bring harmony to the throne of Olenia in the future. Surely. The next thing that's going to happen is the Changeling Lands are going to wipe out Olenia, so I need to move fast. So, rightful monarch. Yeah. Equestrian shelters, Queen Velvet. Expelled from Olenia not that long ago, Queen Velvet finally found an official shelter in Canterlot today. Extremely unhappy, King Jolin of Olenia sends a diplomatic insult to Princess Celestia. Quite. I'm assuming that we just lost some, like from them. I didn't click that. Yeah, they're not too fond of us right now. But do we at least have any harmony rule? Yes! Velvet supporters. We do have some harmony rule in there. So if we did want to stage a coup, we could try it, and we could try boosting the popularity. Let's wait. Okay, so the radio's done. I'm now going to start work on this one, which allows these radar stations, which are incredibly useful. Okay. So once that's done... Unassigned divisions. Oh, sweet. Okay, so we now have some more armories. Assigning them to him. Front line. Stalingrad. We need all the help we can get. I'm fearing for them. Alright. Rightful monarch. What does it allow me to do now? Passive influence. This focus will cancel if requirements are not met. He gets Queen Velvet returns to Olenia with equestrian backing. Okay, so we have to do one of those. So assuming passive influence, although we stand against the corruption and support Velvet's claims on the throne, we must first convince the Olenian people of our ways. That gives us 100 political power, which would be really nice, but we've already upped our pony power, so we don't really need that. Stage a coup? We must lend Velvet our full support. If we wish to see an end to Elenian tyranny and corruption, we must do whatever it takes. My problem here with staging a coup is the second we stage a coup, it's going to break out into civil war. Once they're in civil war, the changelings could just show up at their front door and be like, hey, guess what? Remember us? Yeah, we're coming to take over your country. So, not too excited about staging a coup, but I think that would be a better way, but we'd have to support them with troops. I'm sorry, Elenia, but I've got to do this one. Yeah, I can't. I've got to sit here and do passive influence. I can't help with staging a coup. Finally! Okay. So what that research now unlocked is... I want to do this one. Construction speed up. Yeah. What that unlocked is this. I can help build darn oil refineries. So I'm going to find some of these areas that don't have just ones on them. And I'm going to try and fill them with... That's a good one. Oil refineries, because these will help out our supply. So basically what happens is, right now we've got a decent amount of supply and we can trade. The second war starts, like, trade becomes very limited. And the main game, you have all of the... That's not going to be good. In the main game, it's like the full world, so you have lots of different countries to fall back on and trade with. This one, there's like 8 countries. If we let any one of these fall, we're going to run out of trade really, really quickly. So I need to start setting up some supply so that we can make sure that we have enough supply to fall back on when the war kicks off, because I know the war is going to kick off at some point. Anyway. Vasility, that one, elected General Secretary. This morning, that person was sworn in as General Secretary of the Stalingrad Communist Party. It's a bit late. In a short ceremony held by the Supreme Soviet. The former Prime Minister is a staunch believer in the socialist ideals and is expected to continue the current collectivist policies. So they're doing some changing around of government, which means with changing around of government, things are going to happen. I also just noticed they take this at some point, and I know they do. That's eaten up pretty quickly as well, and I think that one happens before Alenia. I think. I'm hoping. I'm trying to help out Alenia as much as possible, and I know it's not going to work. For some reason, I just know it's not going to work. Like, we need to be mobilizing troops a lot faster than we currently are. So I'm going to add a few more into them. Pegasi division, I'm going to train one of you. Going to add 3 units of you. Where to train? Let's do Counterlot. Alright. Passive influence. Sweet. So we've got a whole bunch more divisions training now. That's going to massively tank our pony power, but we need the ponies out there. Alright. So passive influence, we got that. So now we can do one of these. Civil War Intervention. Or this one. Is in a civil war. So that's if they go into civil war. If we stage a coup, we can try and get them back. Can I change this? You do not meet the requirements. Ah, dang it. We can still stage a coup. Probably should have done that one. Is there any way to go back? No. Well, crap. Boost party popularity. I'm gonna do that. This one... There's not much I can do here until Civil War breaks out, so I'm gonna start working on Buffalo. I want them out of the way. And modify government. Material designer. Artillery research time, weapons and equipment, or motorization. Let's do infantry. I sort of tend to go for a bit more infantry heavy army with a bit of armor, but not much. Research finished. We finally got our tank. Let's get the other tank as well. We're still behind on tanks, so I'm going to let that work. Alright. So, there's not much to do but wait, yet again. Alright, so what we know so far is that we've tried to support them in any way that we possibly can without means of conflict. That's going to screw us over if, finally, if the changelings decide that they want to have a go at Olenia, because it would not take them much to just wipe them out. I've seen it done. Okay! Stuff happened again. Ready to send the official appeal of Ponies at Buffalo Friendship to the Buffalo State. This will improve our relations with them, and we will probably be hope for later cooperation and understanding. However, some of our military minds are suggesting another variant of this solution. Unleash the Equestrian war machine and quickly destroy the independent Buffalo State in a lightning war. It's just this will improve our military situation overall and will provide experience for our troops, which may be useful in the near future. No. No. Sorry. I'm going to be trying to play this as much equestrian natured as possible until I cannot do it any longer. Fortunately, I still think that's going to happen very soon. Alright. End of the Buffalo problem. Friends are stronger together, and this goes as far as the Buffalo. This goes for us and the Buffaloes as well. We shall invite them to join our nation. Please hope. Alright. I'm still worried that we're going to get overrun by Stalingrad. So, we shall sit back and wait and see how Stalingrad interferes. One of the things I've noticed is that I haven't actually checked how long our thing has been going for. So, I think this might be the end of the first episode. One quick second. Okay, looks like I was right. This is going to be the end of the first episode, so get to see what happens to the Buffalo in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this series. Until tomorrow, I guess. Hopefully.